it is important for us to reiterate the fact that the fear that most of you is having for case study, please remove it. Why am I saying so? Case study is one of the courses in ICANN that I can tell you for free that if you can follow the basic strategies and the instructions that will be passed down to you from Next Gen Professional Associate, you are going to write it just once and you will not fail the course. Why am I saying this? We have handled this course now, 2 diet straight, and I can boldly say we have been able to make above 100 persons to pass case study with ease. With ease. And the reason is simple. We know the logic, we know what to do, and that is what we'll be teaching you at Next Gen Professional Associate. Another thing very quickly that I need you to understand is this. Some of you may be, feeling that Next Gen have not done anything on case study. We know what we are doing. We need you to focus more on other courses. If you have other courses to write, we need you to focus more on it. It will not take us long. Highest, we meet just for 1 month. Some contact of about 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you will be grounded to know what exactly to do, how to write the exam. Passing ICANN is all about knowing the book. It requires adequate strategy. And one has you don't know where the questions will come from. That is the beauty of ICANN as a professional body. They make you to think and they come up with logical questions. One thing certain again that I want you to know is this. You are in the best hands, the safe hands. And you have a lecturer that is well grounded. And I'm proud to say this because we've been together for a while. I know too well that there is nothing that they will take you through, that they will teach you, that they will be telling you that is coming out of the blue. He is grounded, and we call him the professor, and we know why we do so. And he's no other person than Mr. Ibrahim himself. He will be the one to take you to the case study appropriately and adequately. Please, what we need from you is to remove your fear of case study. Don't see it as almighty. See it as very simple. A lot of us, we wrote it just once and we passed the exam. It is not about knowing everything, like I said. It's about the strategy. And at Next Gen, we teach you the strategy. So please, I will hand you over to him right now. He will take you through what you just need to know, the basics you need to know, familiarize yourself. And one thing I want you to have at the back of your mind is joining this class, joining this course, you have just done the right thing. And one thing I can assure you is you are going to pass colorfully. Thank you so much for your time again tonight. Please put those hands together as we welcome your lecturer, Mr. Ibrahim Akindele. Please put it together for him. Thank you, Ibrahim. Please take it up from there.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ayobami Peter, for the introduction. My name is Ibrahim Akindele, and I've been taking a strategic case study, not today. Practically, I wrote reports to investors to make a decision making. And over the diet on diets, we could see so many things that's actually happened in the previous diets. Right, and one thing about Next Gen Professional Associate is that we don't generate reports, right? What I mean by that is that we don't sit down one side and bring out a report and so that you go and cram and pass exam. No, I don't do that. Personally, I don't do that. Right, what I do most times is, for me, everybody, all of us, will do the case in the class together. For those who we actually paid for the pre-scene analysis, we'll do the case in the class together. We'll generate the report in the class together. We'll do the recommendation in the class together, conclusions and everything in the class together. That is to show you that we have far above We are far above what some of you may actually think of, right? So we are Next Gen Professional Associates. Once again, you're welcome to Next Gen Professional Associate, and my name is Ibrahim Akinlele. I know some of you we've met in doing what is it called? Doing strategic financial management classes, right? So we've met. So I'm not actually new to some of you. So please, we just need to do a quick introduction, right? Today's class is just an introduction. What you need to know about strategic case study, right? At ICANN level is called case study. At for those who want to write this exam, what is it called? Chartered Institute of Bankers, it is called exponential learning, right? Of course, recently someone just introduced someone to me that okay, they want to write he want to write this Chartered Institute of Bankers exam, and they need a case study, someone who can actually analyze the case, and they believe that I can do that, right? You can see so many recommendations are coming because of the way we deliver our lectures here at Next Gen Professional Associate. So we need to do a quick introduction. So because I need to know, of course, we need to know each other, right? So just unmute your mic, your name and your location, please. A very quick one. Quickly unmute your mic, your name and your location, please. So who will go first?
Dapper Wisdom Samuel, Port Harcourt.
Okay. You're welcome. Wisdom. You're welcome. Okay, you're welcome. Daniel.
Ogunipe from Lagos.
My name is
Okay. Lagos. You're welcome. Joy.
My name is Joy from Benin.
Benin. Right. You're welcome.
My name is Godday Alex from Port Harcourt.
All right. You're welcome. You're welcome.
My name is Umo Imabo from Port Harcourt.
All right. You're welcome. From PH, right? You're welcome. Thank you.
My name is Judith from Port Harcourt.
Yeah.
Okay, Lydia.
Yeah, I'm Lydia from Lagos.
Okay, you're welcome, Lydia. You're welcome.
I'm Judith from Port Harcourt.
Okay, you're welcome, Judith. Kende.
I am Busayo from Akwa Ibom.
Okay, you're welcome, Busayo. Kende.
I'm Shem Zakaria from Kaduna State.
Okay, you're welcome. Welcome.
Good evening. I'm Kende from Lagos State.
Okay, from Lagos State. I think that was all, right? We need to get started, right? Okay, a very quick one. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Port Harcourt, right? PH. Okay, a very quick one, right? Yeah, what you need to know about case study, right? Case study exam is actually, right, 4 hours paper, right? 4 hours exam, not 4 hours. Then that 4 hours may not be enough for you, but there is a strategy we normally use at Next Gen Professional Associates. You see that strategy, once you use that strategy, if you come back for case study, I will ask you a question. What could have been the reason why you are coming back for this case study? It could have been because the student did not follow the procedure, did not follow the template, the principle. Because as far as case study is concerned, right, there are some things that examiner want to see. You see, if examiner did not see all those things in your reports, right, the person is coming back to write case study, right? He's coming back to write what? Case study. Like a student that did not write executive summary, automatically, I don't want to see what you want to do. The student is coming back because of the executive summary. Our executive summary shows the overview of the report. Now, case study is usually 4 hours. 4 hours. Then, in case study, there is what we call pre-sim, as well as what? On-sim. Now, 2 weeks to your exam, you'll be given, pre-sim will be out, right? That pre-sim, usually give us an overview of what will happen in the on-sim. The pre-sim will be given to you 2 weeks to exam, right? And the pre-scene is usually give us like overview of what will happen in the unseen. And that is the reason why you see some people, we say they have projected unseen. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't have projected unseen or projected anything. But guess what? We will write reports in class. I don't generate reports and come and give to students to cram. I will tell you this report. You see this style of reporting? You will use it. You will not only use it to pass case study. You can go and ask. You can please, if you have a friend that actually passed to next gen, doing last diet or upper diet, what is it called, case study, you can ask the person, right? Most of them are using the template, using the reporting template in their various places of work, because it is not cram, it is your understanding. You know, your ability to understand the report, you'll be able to do what? You'll be able to write more instead of cramming. Now, I don't have projected unseen or anything, but I'll give you, we'll write a report. I'm not giving you a template. We'll write a report together in class. That is it. Then, after that, the case study, right? For 2 weeks to exam, then you need to analyze, we need to analyze the case together. And usually, what normally come usually is what is trending. What is actually trending? I can use what is trending. Now, you could see what happened last diet. What is it called? I can tested the Nigeria economy. And guess what? I understand the macro economy very well. And with my knowledge of inflation, GDP, the NPR, and other microeconomy indicators, I was able to explain to the students, this could affect the financials. This could affect the financials. So last diet, what came out last diet was on Nigeria, the Nigeria economy. And it is, I think it is based on the, what is it called? Manufacturing industry, sanitary pad, right? So I can follow what is actually happening in our environment. We will not be surprised. Please don't be surprised when you will see your pre-scene this diet will be based on the tax reform or based on the CBN recapitalization policy. Of course, I've been expecting that in the banking sector. I think for like 2 diets, I've been expecting ICANN to bring in a case that has to do with either the normal commercial bank or the merchant bank, right? So these are what we are expecting, what will happen or what the case will be, these diets. The tax reform, the CBN recapitalization policy on how it actually affects banks, right? Our inflation rate, that is about 22.2%, right? Decrease compared to the previous month. Our NPL, that is about 27.9%. And the question is, what will be the implication to those who are to SME who want to borrow funds from the from the bank, right? So I can follow trends, right? Now, another thing, so that you keep yourself abreast. Probably you start watching news now, so that you know what is happening in the environment. So, right now, another thing you need to know is that before now, case study is usually 2 requirements, just 2 requirements, right? Requirement 1 is usually financial analysis ratio. One thing is for you to calculate ratio in your appendix. Another thing is for you to do analysis. One thing is to calculate ratio, and one thing is to do the analysis. Now, in case study exam, examiner did not have the time, or the marker did not have the time to check whether your profitability ratio is correct or not. Class, what the examiner wants to see is your analysis. I may calculate profitability ratio, maybe I have minus 20% or 20%. Fatai may calculate profitability ratio of 50%. It could be that 50% is actually correct, right? But because I've been able to argue my point, analyze it, telling the examiner that, oh, this could be as a result of this reason. That is the reason why we have a profitability ratio of 20%. So is your ability to argue your points. Nobody is interested. They are interested in your appendix. Fine, because that is what will form part of your analysis, right? Your ratio analysis. So for now, you need to go back to your ratio. Of course, we'll do all those things in class, right? You need to go back to your ratio and check what are the ratio analysis, your ratios, right? Now, the second requirement is usually strategic financial management, right? Strategic financial management before now, right? Strategic financial management in the sense that maybe they want to go into merger and acquisition, maybe they want to go into what we call reconstruction, probably they want to expand their business, they want to introduce a new product. So many things could actually arise as a result of the second requirement. However, you need to add a model. It is called strategic management tools, right? Of course, you have requirement 1 to be financial analysis. You have before now, you have requirement 2 to be strategic what? Strategic financial management, which is what? Either expansion of a business, introduction of a new product, merger and acquisition, reconstruction, right? And some other other indicators like that. Now, what happened in November 2024? Something happened in November 2024. Now, ICANN tested, I think, about 3 requirements, while last diet was 4 requirements. Of course, it is not new, right? It is expected, right? And we don't know what will happen this diet. It could be 5 requirements, right? Because ICANN exam is now more than calculating figures. Your ability to write reports for investors. It may not be in an investors. Yes, for investors to make a decision, right? The stakeholders, those who have interest in what the company is actually doing, right? Now, last diet, what happened? The requirement is 4 requirements. Then I told the student before the exam that, you see, just prepare for the worst case scenario. You see, the requirement should not be an issue. You already know that financial analysis will come, business proposal will come, the models, which is strategic business model. But the 4th one, you don't even know what will come, right? Or maybe it will be 3 requirements, and 4 requirements was tested last diet. Now, it is not compulsory for you to start the way the requirement is, right? You can start from requirement 2. You can start from requirement 3. Start with the one you know. Start it first. Maybe you want to start with financial analysis, you start. Maybe you want to start with a strategic business proposal, you start. Maybe models, right? Now, the question now is, how will you know models that will be tested, right? How will you know these models? Now, from the pre-scene, we only project that, okay, we are having a macroeconomic indicator, or the Nigeria economy is talking about business environment. Oh, maybe from the pre-scene, we read that, oh, there will be, the company is looking at expansion of a business. We start thinking, which one of this model is talking about expansion of what is it called? Expansion of new products. We start thinking, right? Is it talking about the Potter's diamond, or the forces or value chain, right? So many, what is it called? So many strategic management tools that we could actually use. Last diet, I told the student that the model that would arise for as a result of this could be PESTEL or sustainability reporting. I told the student that ICANN will not test PESTEL and still test sustainability reporting, because when you are talking about sustainability reporting, you are still talking about PESTEL. So whichever one, ICANN can either test may either test either sustainability or the pestle. And luckily for them, what I can test sustainability, right, instead of what? Pestle. So which is still applicable there. So we look at, I think we look at about 3 models that may arise in the what? In the unseen, right? So these are the things you also need to know, that before now we have 2 requirements, but now things has changed. It is no more 2 requirements, right? It could be 3, it could be 4. Now, the 3 requirements may be on the models, right? Of course, when you read the pre-scene, you will know that, okay, this model may be tested. This model, this model, this model. So you have to go and write reports on that model. Write it. There's a way we structure our report at NextGen Professional Associate. Of course, I actually modify it. I've modified the template actually, which we will use this diet. Now, the next is, after understanding that case study requirements may be 3 or 4. Now, the next thing you need to know is that the use of now, the assessment of the case study. We should not forget that case study is 4 hours, right? Pre-scene will be given to you 2 weeks to the exam, right? Before now, it's usually 2 requirements, but now you can have 3 to 4 requirements, right? Okay, it could be your network, actually. Please, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Very well. I hear you.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Excuse me. So, and you should know that the requirements, usually maybe the financial analysis, you see financial analysis, usually you see requirements, you see financial analysis will be there, right? Then the strategic financial management, probably they want to expand. Yeah, maybe your network. Now, they want to expand into another operation, merger and acquisition, reconstruction. The third one is model, strategic management tools. Of course, as we move, we'll look at all those things, all those management tools, right? Now, the assessment of the case study, assimilation and using information. Class, you should not go and use, when the case is talking about A, then you now move to B. Is actually beginning of failure. Assimilating what and using information. You have to use the information that was given to you, right? I think I have to use So assimilating and using information, 20%, structuring problems and solutions. Of course, you will have conclusions, you will have recommendation, 20%. Applying judgment, of course, you have to apply judgment based on your analysis. Based on, in the course of our analysis, right, we conclude that this is what happened during the year under review. It could be the liquidity ratio, or the company have what is it called, high level of gearing, you know, from the ratio analysis perspective, right? So drawing conclusions and making recommendations, demonstrating integrative and multidisciplinary skills. Of course, case study is not only for professionals. What you did in your taxation, your performance management, your management accounting, you know, it is still applicable. Your financial reporting, corporate reporting, and all that, SBR, right? Presenting appropriate appendix. Class, you see that appendix? Appendix is usually 10 marks. You see, Now, let me start from time management. You know, what make most students to come back for strategic case studies because of lack of time management, and also lack of planning. Now, last diet, I have someone recommends someone to me that, okay, this person, she has been writing case study for like 6 diets. Last diet was the 7th attempt. What was that 7th attempt? Right. I called her. I told her that, okay, during this period that you've been writing case study, what is the major challenge? Then she said that most time she cram reports that she did not even understand. They will just give them the report, she will go and cram, and at the end of the day, what she cram is different from the requirement. What she cram is actually different from the requirements. And I say, you see, case study is not to cram. You have to write. Class, last diet we had about 95 students for case study. I can tell you that 85 to 90% passed case study. We can go and check. 85 to 90 passed case study. You can go and check. Right? It is not because of anything. Right? We don't cram reports. Right? As far as I'm concerned, I will tell you, this is applicable. You have to write a report. Write a report for me. See, I will assess everything. Right? Imagine you have about 95 students. Right? I assessed all their reports from the beginning to the end. Okay, this is wrong. This is right. This is wrong. This is right. You know, I told her that you need to build the confidence of writing reports. Forget about what they give you. You have to write. So she said yes. She said, oh, she'll be happy if she passed case study. Okay, I said, okay, she will pass. We started. Now, immediately after the exam, she called me. She started praying. Right? She prayed. She said, oh, Ivy, thank you so much for all you do. Thank you so much. Like, I know that she knows that she will pass the exam. Right? So, because there are so many things that the examiner wants, right? We will just expose you to what the examiner wants. What the examiner wants to see. What the examiner wants. What the examiner wants to see. Oh, please give me some minutes, please. Sorry. Okay, sorry, please. So she passed case study. I think she scored 68. 68 or 70. So what I'm trying to explain here is presenting appropriate appendices. You don't waste your time on, I want to calculate ratio. The formula is this. I need to get this 30%. Oh, no, this is wrong. No, the examiner don't have time. What is interested in your 20%, your 40%? Fine, you need to calculate it because that is what you will use for financial analysis, right? They want to see your analysis, how you analyze the report. You don't waste time. You don't need to waste time in appendix. Appendix is just 10 marks. The requirement 1, 5 marks. The requirement 2, 5 marks. Imagine you see MPV or probably merger and acquisition. Then you are now thinking that you want to do it the way it is in SFL. You don't need to waste your time. Just do it the way you understand. If you see sales, remove sales from costs. What do you have? Contribution. If there is fixed cost, remove it. if they give you DCF, discount it. Is the project viable or not? Calculate it like that. Just leave it. But go and defend your calculation that the project is viable. It could be because of decrease in the cost. It could be because of increase in the what? The sales. You know, these are the things we'll be bringing in what? In reporting. We'll get there. So you have to present appropriate appendix. Now, of the total marks, okay, thank you. Okay, now 20% will be assigned to the executive summary section of your response, right? 20%. You see that executive summary? So if you have, even if you have 4 requirements and you complete 2, right? Look for a way to complete 2 or 3, just 2, right? You must report to your executive summary. Some people will say executive summary is the first thing. It's the first thing. I have a lot of reports here. We say, executive summary is usually 2 pages. We'll get there actually. Say, executive summary is the first thing to see, but the last thing to do. My brothers and sisters, I lie you. Because executive summary is very important. There is a way you will structure your executive summary that you see that your 20 marks, you will collect it from the examiner. You will structure your examiner because examiner want to see how you itemize your conclusions. How do you conclude? Your recommendation. Want to see your introduction of the executive summary. Want to see your recommendation, your assumptions, your ethical issues, your recommendations. You know, they want to see all those judgments. They want to see it. We'll get there. Now, 20%. So meaning that executive summary is very, very important, right? As far as case study is concerned. Now, 10% will be assigned for your proper consideration of ethical issues within your answer to the requirement. Ethical issues, ethics. Ethics. Is it in line with the policy? Okay. And an example of ethics in the precinct, maybe from the precinct, you now see financial statements. Financial statements suppose in a comparative analysis, right? Maybe comparative figures, sorry. You have 2024 or 2025, 2024 and 2023. You know, 2024 is supposed to come first before 2023. In line with what? In line with IS1. Then you now see it that, 2023 come first, then 2024 last. That is an ethical issue, because this statement is not in line with what? With the IS1. There are so many ethical issues we can bring out. You already know. One thing about this case study is that these ethical issues we are talking about, I think last night I gave about 10 or 8 before the unseen. I told the student that this is ethical issue, but check. And we reason together. It's not that I sat down in one side and started generating. We sit down. We were in class together till 12, till 1 a.m. in class, in case study class, right? Everybody, we were like, okay, this is ethical issue. Do you know? Right? The other person will say, no, it's not ethical issue. Then we explain the reason why it is ethics. So what are ethical? What is not? If you look at ethical issues, what are not in line with what? With the law. Maybe they violated any rule, right? You have to state it in your report. And within your answer to the requirement, although ethical issue is not even part of the requirement, but you have to state it in your what? In your report. Now, professional examination, it will be tested within requirements, which may include any of the following. Now, lack of professional independence or objectivity, conflict of interest among stakeholders. They are part of what? Ethics. Inappropriate pressure to achieve a reported what? Result. Maybe window dressing or all those things that are not what? Actually what? Ethical. Now, you should note that marks are not awarded. Class, you should note that marks are not what awarded for simply restating facts from the case scenario. You cannot be stating the facts from the case scenario. Okay. You are given a scenario, and maybe your profitability. You want to talk about profitability. Of course, you should not be talking about profitability outside the case scenario. Right? Now, if, for instance, we all know profitability ratio, let's say the gross profit ratio. The gross profit ratio is actually decreasing, right, over the years. Over the years. Now, the question now is, what could have been the reason? Oh, it could have been because in the case, they mentioned that maybe the cost of raw material as part of their cost of sales, maybe they find it difficult, or as a result of inflation, right? Or so many other factors. So these are the things we need to state. So you should not be stating what have been stated in the question, but you have to justify that your answer with what is in the case. We'll get there. So you have to what? You don't need to like restate it, not writing anything, just restating it. Nigeria economy is this is that, right? That is the restatement. You have to follow it up with figures, right? With financials. Now, but marks are awarded for demonstrating professional skills, technical in depth. Therefore, to succeed, you are required to show sufficient evidence of knowledge of the case scenario. Now, there's something happened last diet, right? So one of the students pressured me. She pressured me, like she said, IB, that, oh, this is the report of other centers. This is this. I say, calm down. I told her to calm down. That, you see, the reason why I'm not following their format, this is my template. I've been using it for long, and it is like, I can tell you that so many people have actually passed case study with that template, right? I told her that the reason why this is like this, it is because there's another meaning to this. There's another meaning to this. You can use this like this. You can use it like, she was like, oh, is that so? Yes, I say yes. I say, okay. She understands. You know, because so many people will bring up, and again, let me say something again. You will see a lot of reports before we move. You will see a lot of reports after the pre-scene. Hey, you will see a lot of reports. Please, I beg you in the name of God, ignore. Just stick to, if you want to follow next gen, follow next gen. Know that, yes, my case study, pre-scene analysis. Just see, that's why I normally tell you that just go and rest, just go and relax somewhere. We'll come to the class. What you need to know, I will tell you, go and read this. Okay, we'll do this together in class. Right? So what I'm trying to say is that you will see a lot of case, you will see a lot of report writing, then you will not get confused. And one of the reasons why the other woman, she failed SFN, what is it called? Case study 6 times. 6 times. Because so many reports. She will look at these reports. This one, it will never be in line. But technically, if you read the reports, the 2 reports, you will see that they are still saying the same thing, but different, different way, different style of reporting. Right? So please, when you will see a lot of reports, just ignore and follow the templates we will give you. Of course, I've modified the templates already, right? Diet on diet, I used to upgrade the template that, okay, this is, okay, let's change it this way fly, right? Because we know what examiner want to see. Now, another thing is be able to carry out appropriate analysis of the issued, right? Issues involved and suggest feasible solution to the problems identified. Of course, you've analyzed the case, right? That the company level of gearing is above 50%, right? Of course, that is your findings or conclusions. So please give us solution. What is the solution? the company may reduce their debts. So you have to find solution, visible solution to the problems identified. Now, demonstrate ability to make informed judgments on the basis of analysis carried out. Of course, you have to. Judgments, it is based on your judgment because it is based on what you analyze. Because I may have level of gearing that is below 50%. The other person may have above 50%. But our ability to write, to defend that 50 below and above, right, we give us more mark. Because even if you get the figures right, but you can't analyze, that is 0. Right? Even if you get it right, well, if you want to do it the way it is, okay, profitability, this, receivable, you do it, right? You calculate it, but you are not able to do the analysis. Right? So now, generate reasons, conclusions upon which relevant recommendations are made. Of course, all of us here, right, in this class, we are professionals. Right? We wrote reports. We normally write a report in our various offices, whether internal report or external reports. Right? Now, before now, I used to work in real estate. When I go for outside work, I write my reports, right, based on findings and recommendation. My land manager will say, "Oh, IB, just give me that your 2 pages summary of your report. Just give me that your, straight to the point." Straight to the point. You don't need to say, you have to do this, you have to know. What is the major problem? Tell us the major problems and tell us the recommendations. Right? Of course, you will enjoy strategic case study. By the time you join our classes for the pre-same, and as well as we move, you will enjoy case study. In fact, you will enjoy case study to the extent that after the case study exam, you will go to the NGS, right, Nigeria Stock Exchange Group, or London Stock Exchange to download company financials. You analyze it, then you present reports. And you will see some investment bankers, investment analysts, portfolio managers, financial analysts, right, mergers and acquisition guys, fixed income guys, right? They will write reports. It is not magic. It is not magic. It is research work, right? They sit down, they look at the financials, they calculate the ratios, they look at fundamental, they look at technical analysis, then present their reports. Then their reports, if you look at it, usually have conclusions. What is their findings? Then what is the recommendation? Should we buy this stock or hold? Should we sell? Right? Now, omission of any of the above will diminish your chance of success in the examination, God forbid, right? They're just telling us all this that we need to know. Distinguished professional colleagues, so I think, or I hope I've been able to explain to the best of my knowledge, give you an introduction on how case study is, right? And the reason why people have been failing case study, having references, right? It is not because they don't know, they know, but because they want to cram reports. They don't want to follow the principle. They don't want to write. I think last diet, everybody was like, 2 to 3 students like, IB, give us projected on scene. I say, no, I don't have projected on scene. I don't do that. But what you will need to pass case study, I will provide everything. Right? Just sit in class. Let's do it together. Right? If this is right, I'll tell you, this is not right. Practically is not right too. But because you are writing this exam, the examiner wants you to think outside the box. At the same time, wants you to be well informed. Right? Okay, imagine, class, imagine you are writing ethical issues that the financial statement is not audited. And you are the finance director. You are the finance director. Then you want to go and present that report to the board that the financial statement is not what? Audited. They will question you now. Okay. Why the financial statement not they audited? So I can want you to like well informed that okay, let's assume you are writing this report. You are writing it. They want you to know what is actually happening in your environment as well. The Nigeria economy, right? Don't worry, we'll talk more about the microeconomy indicators. There are so many things we need to discuss. When we have NPR, what is the implication? When we have inflation, what is the implication? When we have a lot of things. Okay, half-year report. What if it is half-year report? I don't get your question. What if it is half-year report? Can you?
Thank you, sir. Just a question around the unaudited report that you said. I wanted to ask, what if it is periodic report like quarter, half year? They usually say that one is unaudited report.
Yeah, unaudited. Yes. Well, if it is that one, because of ICANN exam, they are assuming that it is not quarterly, in practice. If you have something like that, you already know that it's quarterly reports now. You just give your overview of the report, right? By looking at the fundamental matrices there, right? Fundamental matrices there. Then you do your analysis. Then you present the report to the board or to your line manager, right? To your boss. Do you get? So for the purpose of ICANN exam, usually we don't have anything that has to do with interim like that, like the first quarter, second quarter report, and the third quarter. Do you get? So usually a year, right? A year report, right? So class, do you have anyone that have question? Please, if you have question, so please channel your energy. What I want you to do now is that please channel your energy to other courses. Make sure you follow other courses very well. Read all those courses very well. We are coming back to case study, right? We are coming back to case study. Imagine, I told the student last day that what you pay is less than the value, right? We see what other people are doing. They will tell you to pay this amount. They will give you reports for 1 day. They will go and bring report, give you report for 1 day. Then they will tell you that they are done. But we don't do that, right? Last day we did case study for 1 week. In fact, a day to exam, we still do case study. In fact, the day of exam in the morning together, right? I quickly create link. We discuss, we have a roundtable discussion with the students, sharp, right? And it is what it is. So please channel your energy to other courses, right? So as we move, I will tell you what you need to do. This is what you need to do. Don't forget your issue, your strategic management tools, you have to go back and do some kind of revisions, right? Of course, we'll get to that point. Okay, Ozioma.
Okay, so my question is, does ICANN repeat questions in this case study like other courses like PM?
Okay. No, but something is usually common in case study. Financial analysis. You shall go do financial analysis and business proposal. It could be an expansion, it could be merger and acquisition, it could be tax reform, it could be sustainability, it could be, expansion of a business, Do you get? So they don't repeat question. They have question plenty now. Case study. If you check KCC, the questions plenty. And they knew that Nigerians are very smart. Now they knew they'll bring the case, and some we go and use AI to give them reports. And they start studying the AI report. Okay. You don't know. ICANN. They are very smart guys. Those Yoruba men that are in Lagos, very smart. They know what they are doing. They will give you the report. Go and use AI. You come and meet them. Do you understand? So it doesn't work like that. Right?
Okay, so my next question is there a need to go through the ICANN study text for case study? And is there a situation whereby the unseen will be different from the pre-seen? Like maybe they brought out the pre-seen before the exam, then when you get to the exam, you're seeing a total different thing. Like, just try to like talk on it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. That is a very good question. Now, your unseen will be based on what they will give you a responsibility. Let's say Okay. This is unseen, for instance. This is unseen. You can see these responsibilities now. Your requirement will not be far from the responsibility. These responsibilities here, the requirements will not be far, like from the what? From the responsibilities. Now, whether it is internal report or external report, the unseen, the preseen, which shows 99%. The preseen will show 99% an internal report or external report. In this case, is internal or external report, you will know. But we've not seen a case scenario whereby the preseen will show 99% internal or external report. Then when you now see the unseen, where you will see the requirements, then you will now see an internal report. No, we've not seen that case scenario. Right? The unseen is where you will see your requirements. One, where you will see a further information, further financial information. Two, where you will see your strategic business proposal, the story about the strategic business proposal, it will be there. How many information? Where you see further information, further financial information. One, where you see strategic business proposal, where they will give you one story that they will tell you that these are the assumptions, they want to do sales, this blah blah blah, and all that. Two, and excuse me, and where you will see what is the last one, sir? Forgotten. So where you will see other financials, right? Other words, other financials. Do you understand? So the preseen, what you have in your preseen, what you will use to do your analysis is still what is in your preseen. Do you understand? It is still what, but what makes it to be different is that your requirements will be in that unseen, that you are required, or this is what they say you should do. One, and other further financial information. If you are not given financials from the preseen, they will give you the financial information of that company. That this is the financial information of the company. Do a financial analysis. Two. The third one is business proposal. They will give you story. They will tell you that the company wants to go into expansion. Their sales price is this. Their this is this. Their this is this. Their this is that. Do you understand?
Yeah. Is there a need for us to just go through the ICANN study text for case study? Like, is there a need?
Yes. If you want to, fine. you can make use of it for excuse me. You can make use of it for probably you want to check your ratios. One, maybe you want to check more about strategic management tools, which is two. Probably you want to check because the format for the whole report is not actually there, right? Maybe you want to check one or two things there. You can actually make use of it. Yes, you can make use of it. You can make use of it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. Please, any other question?
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, my question is that I wrote last diet case study, and I knew, though what I felt, it was like I did well in my executive summary and the introduction aspect, but time didn't permit me to do my appendices. I was unable to touch it at all. As a result of that, can someone fail the case study exam?
Yes, because how did you write your executive summary without figures? How did you arrive at your figures in writing the executive summary?
Yeah, exactly.
How did you write?
Part of what you said earlier, that some reports are meant for priming or something like that, and you understand. But I think then at XA and Apex, they were able to predict the financials. And when I get to the exam, it was exactly what they actually predicted, and I was able to pull down something, but I didn't do the appendix.
Okay, okay. Okay, that's fine, right? Like I explained at the beginning of the lecture, that I don't have anything that has to do with projected or no projected. What I have to give is for you to understand how to write reports. I don't want to go and bring reports and tell you that this is how it is. You sit down in class, we'll sit down in class together, we'll write reports. I don't have projected, but if you're in my class, I will tell you this could. Now, I may test this. I can may test this. But let's go in this direction first. We are done with this direction. We look at this direction. We look at this direction, right? For those who are in my class last diet, I mentioned it that I don't think I have someone who is in my class in this into this class. I don't think so. Now, I mentioned that when I can want to test PESTEL, I cannot test PESTEL and sustainability. It is not possible because sustainability and PESTEL, we are still talking about the same thing. So you can use PESTEL for sustainability. You can use sustainability for PESTEL. And I think one of them came out, right? So, it is what it is, right? Coming reports, right, will not help. Honestly, it will not even help. You just have to do what? Understand the report, understand it, so that even when you get to your office, you can be able to say, okay, yes, you can modify, you can create a template for yourself that this is the style of reporting you want to be doing. I can tell you this for free. Those who attended my class, upper diet, next diet, even my physical class, when I used to do physical class, right, they are still using the template today in their various places of work, right? They did not cram anything. They understand that, okay, in fact, if you call some of them to come and take case study today, they will come because they understand the reporting style. They know what examiner want to see. Your appropriate appendix, your appropriate headings, your executive summary, your ethical issues, conclusions, your recommendations. These are very, very important, of course. We'll get to that point, right? Thank you, Taib. Do we have anyone that have question? Hello? Okay, Lydia.
Good evening, sir.
Lydia. Yeah, good
Please,
evening.
I just want to ask, yeah, I'm with you. I want to ask about my choice of courses, the combination of courses I want to do this diet. So I will not be able to write everything due to other commitments. So I'll be writing SFM, taxation, and case study. But someone told me that there's no how I want to write case study without the knowledge of SBR. So I want to ask if I'll be able to do case
No.
study without doing
Thank
SBR.
you. Lydia, I told someone today, right? I think they gave him my number and for private class case study. That's he wanted to like postpone the case study that he will write case study next diet. I told him no, you can write case study. Your knowledge of financial reporting, you did financial reporting in at skills level. Is that not so? At skills level, right? And what is there? Is ratio, Lydia. So I believe that you can write case study, SFM, as well as advanced tax, as you mentioned, right? Leave the SBR. Your financial reporting will cover that, right? What is the financial reporting? The ratio part of it. Ratio, right? Which most of these ratios we will do that in class. We will analyze it together in class. Lydia, do you get?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Please, any other question before we go, please? Question. Are we good? Okay. In our next class, Before our next class, please, for those who are yet to subscribe to our YouTube, please kindly go to the YouTube. You will see May Diet 2025 case study. I think I have to change it. May Diet 2025 case study. Go there and check, listen to it, watch the videos, right? I know you will pick one or two things from there, right? In our next class, before our next class, yes, in our next class, we'll look at how to identify if a particular report is an internal report or external report. Then when we move from there, we look at probably we build up a plan work. One of the reasons that why most students, right, some students actually failed or have reference in strategic case study is because of lack of planning, right? There's a template to follow. You have to follow a plan, right? So I believe that when you follow that plan, you should be able to write a report, right? And don't forget, at least before the exam, you should be able to produce at least 5 reports. 5 reports. You bring the report, I will look at it, okay? This makes sense. This makes sense. Change this choice of words. This one will not fly. This will fly. This will fly. This will fly. So we move from there, right? So thank you so much. So strategic case study is not something that is difficult. It is all about report writing. Don't forget that, Lydia, advanced tax is now report writing as well, right? So if you are doing case study, you are writing advanced tax. Case study will actually help you, we assist you in advanced tax, because when the question says, okay, calculate the capital gains tax, the question will not just say calculate the capital gains tax. The question will assume that you are the audit trainee or the tax consultant of AAPLC. If you are the tax consultant, how will you present your report to the clients? So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. In the absence of no question, I think we have to go. So any other question? Can we go? Am I free to go, please? Am I free to go?
Yes, you
can
do.
Yes.
Kende.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim. I just want to ask, I would like you to be having CSE at the SCC class like every week, like we do for SFM and the SBI.
CSME class.
I mean, are we likely to be having this class
weekly?
As we do for. I think someone's mic is on. I said, are we likely to be having case study class every week as we do for SFM and SBI?
No. Case study is just channel your energy. Just channel your energy to other courses, please. Just leave case study for now, right? Leave case study for now, please. Right? Leave case study for now, because the ratio we are talking about, we still come to the class and do it, right? Then all you need to do, just do it, is that the models we are still talking about. If you are writing strategic financial management, you still talk about all these models. So just relax, kindly. Do you get? Just relax, kindly. So just relax. Okay. Any other question, please?
So please, are we meeting here every Sunday 6 p.m. as
No.
we
can't. No. We can't meet every Sunday. Sorry. Right. I'll choose the best time that we'll meet. Do you get? So
okay, thank you.
Can't meet every Sunday. Yeah, I'll choose the best time. So, right. So thank you so much. Any other question? So we are good. Right. We are good. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining, and enjoy the rest of your evening, and have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, and bye for now.